Hello everyone, this is our next video of Fortinet NSE 4 series, and today video will cover the practical configuration of IP-Sec VPN on the FortiGate firewall. So before starting this video, I want to show you some videos related to the IP-Sec, which is already present on my channel. You can see these are the two playlists. The first one is the IP-Sec full configuration, and second is the theory part of the IP-Sec. So basically, if you open this playlist, you will find all the theory part of the IP-Sec VPN is present already on my channel. And second, if you open the another playlist, which is IP-Sec full lab configuration, here you will find the all IP-Sec related labs, which is already performed on the between Palo Alto and to FortiGate also. So that's the reason I will not cover the most of the theory part on this NSE 4 series. So you can refer these two playlists for theory and plus all the deep practical sessions for the IP-Sec VPN. So without any further delay, let's begin the today video. So let me introduce the lab topology, and then we'll show the how I already performed the configurations. So we have the two sites. The first one is site A and second is the site B. So in the site B, we have assigned the 2.2.2.2 IP address on port number 3. Port number 2, I have assigned the 2020.1, and port number 1, which is connected to the management network interface, which is having the 0.70 IP address. And in the site A, on the port number 1, the IP assigned is 192.168.0.60, which is connected to the management interface. And the port number 2, which is the LAN side, the IP is assigned on 10.10.10.1. Port number 3, IP assigned on 1.1.2, and this is the ISP router, which is the IP address of 1.1.1, and this is the on the fast Ethernet 0/0. This is 2.2.2. I have connected one LAN switch, which is this. In LAN switch, I don't have any configurations. It is simply plug and play on both sides. I have connected the two routers, basically, which will act as a PC on the both sides, from site B and site A. So this is the typically introduction of the lab topology. So let me show you what are the configurations I have already performed. So let me show you the first thing on the ISP router. So what I did on the ISP side. So you can see that this is the ISP router host name. I only assign the IP address on the router interface. That's it. So IV interface brief. So you can see I have assigned the first Ethernet 0/0. IP address is 2.2.21, and second is the 1.1.1. So the only configuration I have is both side of the IP address. And also I have created one host name. Basically, I have assigned the host name on the router. So this is the first configuration. And let me show you on Fortinet side what configuration I have completed already. So this is site B and this is site A. So to save a time, I just perform the whole configuration. How we can create the configuration? So basically, you can see my tunnel is up. You need to create a IP-Sec tunnel, custom, type any name, and then next and fill the parameters. So what I completed, let me show you also. So here I have typed the name, which is IP-Sec site A. Remote gateway is static IP address. Obviously, we are using the static IP address. 1.1.2, which is the 1.1.2, which is the site A FortiGate IP address. Interface I need to select, which is port 3, because I am in site B and this is the port 3 and this is the FortiGate IP. Now local IP, we need to select the local one. So which is the local one? 2.2.2 is the local IP address. I have enabled the net reversal, date pair deduction on demand, and date pair timers are by default. I have not changed it. Now the authentication method, I have selected the pre-shared key, and pre-shared key I have entered it. IK version I have selected the one. And then here I have selected the encryption because of this is the free version VM. I don't have much higher rate encryption. So I have selected the encryption DES MD5, and these are the DeFi groups 14 and 5, and 86400 is the lifetime of the phase 1 proposals which I have selected. Now XAuth not needed, and also I have selected the local and remote addresses. So 20.20.20 is the local address, which is, you can see this is the local address. This 21 is my local address, and 10.10. is my remote address. So which I have selected the 20 and 10. If I select the advanced, then we have the two proposals which I set for the phase 2 proposals. Here encryption I have selected the DES, authentication is MD5, and then encryption DES, authentication SHA-1. So these two encryption authentication parameters I have selected on for phase 2. Anti-reply detection I have enabled, PFS I have enabled, and DeFi element groups I selected the 14 and 5. And again, let's say if you want to know about what is PFS, what is anti-reply detection, what is DPD. So those are already covered on the theory playlist, which I already show you before starting this lab. And this is the like a seconds of the key lifetime on the phase 2 parameter. So this is like a pretty much simple configuration on the site B. And let me show you on the site A also. So because I am creating an IP tunnel between the FortiGate, so there is no like a time to, no meaning basically to revise the same thing. So whatever I have completed on the site B, whatever I completed on site B, same is needed for site A also. So let's say here I have to provide the FortiGate IP address. What is the FortiGate IP address? You see 2.2.2 is the FortiGate IP address. If I am site A and I am creating a tunnel between from site A to site B, so this will be our IP address in the case of site A. So now the local gateway, which is the local gateway? So the local gateway will be the here. This is the IP address, interface, port number 3. Port number 3 will be this. Then gateway 1.1.2. 1.1.2 means that this is the gateway. Egress interface of egress IP of the site S. Other things are similar like on demand, DPD, we need to select it, and then pre-shared key we need to define it. I have selected IK1, IK version 1 main mode, and then these are the parameters DES MD5 and 14 and 5, basically the DeFi element groups. And then again we have to select the local addresses and remote addresses, which is this like. So for this, what is my local address? So 10.10.1 is my local address, which is this network, LAN network, and 20 is my remote address, which is this network. Now again, like for phase 2 proposals, encryption is DES, authentication is MD5. Again, encryption is DES, authentication is SHA-1. So we already know that both side encryption and authentication should be same. Like whatever we selected on here, same should be here. So both should be the same. And same case with this phase 1 proposals also. So phase 1 and then phase 2 advanced means that DES and DES. If you see both are, everyone is identical. Now after completing these steps on the both side, you already completed the half of part of the IPsec VPN configuration. So again, if you select the custom, you will have to fill it. Also, we have another option. Like if you want automatically created, then you can type any name. It will create automatically. Means that every step routing etc will be created automatically. So because we are like experts, and I already, from my perspective, I'm thinking you should go with the custom. Then only you know the everything what steps it will going to perform. So the first step which we created the IP-Sec templates which we completed. Now in the routing perspective, I already having the one default routing which is pointing to the my ISP router which is 1.1.1. So 1.1.1 which is this router. I am site A and 1.1 is my ISP router. So this is basically a gateway, and from site B, same thing is also needed. 2.2.1 basically the ISP router, and port number 3 means traffic is coming from port number 3 which is connected to the ISP router. So these two configurations it is needed for the for the default route. And in the real environment, you will get this default route information from your internet service provider, means that ISP. They will give you the things. Now we need to add the static route because these are the route-based VPNs. So what is route-based versus policy-based? I already have created a video. If you not watch, I will put that video on the I button so you can watch it also. So what I did here now, I am on the site A. So if I say I'm on the site A, my destination is the 20.21. So we need to create a 20.20.1 static route. Interface will be the IP-Sec, which will created automatically once you create this IP-Sec configuration. After completing this, you need to create a firewall policy. So these are steps needed for the firewall policy. Now in the firewall policy, what I did, this is the basically a incoming interface. Traffic is coming from VPN going to the port 2. Source is site VLAN. So what is the site VLAN? If you open it, this is the 20.20.1 and our LAN is 10.10.1. So traffic is coming from VPN going to LAN. I have allowed it. If you wanted, I can clear it for now, this counters, so that once we initiate a fresh traffic, we can see this is working. And in the second policy, what I created, traffic is incoming from port 2, and basically for this is basically from LAN to IP-Sec. This is called LAN to IP-Sec. So traffic is coming from LAN and going to IP-Sec. So now the traffic is coming from LAN going to IP-Sec. Source will be our LAN and destination will be the vendor or customer side LAN. So this, and now I can create this, delete this counter also and side with. So this is the firewall policy. So what are the steps needed to create IP-Sec? The first thing is you need to create a IP-Sec template. Second, static route pointing towards the VPN. Third, policy. These three steps are needed. And same is with the site B also. I can quickly wrap up. So it basically then in the site B also I have added the 10.10.0 and interface. We need to select the VPN interface, which is IP-Sec to A. And after that, same like just like created on site A, I have created a firewall policy for site B for incoming and outgoing, but just addresses are changed. Like in this case, traffic is coming from IP-Sec going to LAN. So the remote so this is the remote IP. So basically 10. I am on the side B. I am on the side B. So 10.10 is my remote IP. So traffic is coming from 10.10.10 going to LAN 20.20 and allow it. So basically like both direction incoming and outgoing, I have created a two firewall policy. First is for incoming traffic and second is for the outgoing traffic. Again, the steps will be the very simple. Create IP-Sec template, second static route, and third policy. And then I'm going to clear just counter. So once I initiate the traffic, we can see And if you want, I can down the tunnel also. Let's say if I this currently tunnel is down, and also we can see some matching logs also. If you click it, you will see this logs related to the VPN, which is important for the troubleshooting in the case of IPsec VPN troubleshooting, so which is also the important part. So currently my tunnel is up, and this is status of the tunnel. And now just what I did, I am just going to bring down it. Now I just forcefully down this tunnel. Okay, so all phase 1 and phase 2, I just down it. Bring all phase 2. Yeah, now it is down. Completely phase 2 is down. Tunnel is down. Now what I will do, I am going to, this is my one of PC. There is no need to show here configuration. It is nothing like that. It's just assigning the IP address. That's it. If I say so IP interface brief, just I have assigned the IP address, and also I have assigned the default route basically. That's it. Very simple configuration. I just have added the default route towards the FortiGate. If I say ping 10.10.10.10, so from site B to site A, which is I am reachable now. So let us see the condition of our IPsec VPN. Now our VPN is up. So now our VPN is up again, which is proof that our VPN tunnel is working fine. And if I say the logs, so we can see the logs is there, which is showing the VPN is up. Also, if I go to the firewall policy, so currently I'm in site B, you can see this is the using. If I clear it and let's regenerate it, it will use it. You can see 0 second hit, we can see the hit. Yeah, now you can see that utilization is currently increasing. And for this traffic, for the from this one, we need to initiate from this machine. So 20.20.20.20. So IP interface brief. Let me show you the first IP addresses. I have 10 I have the 10 IP address, which is this range, and I am trying to access 20, which is this range. So it is reachable. Now let's refresh it. You can see that my utilization is coming from this policy also. If I increase the count, it will increase the utilization of policy also. Now the current utilization is increasing. So that's it for this video. And this video we have covered how we can configure the IPsec VPN on the FortiGate firewall. And I request you just watch all theory and other videos which I show you the starting of this video. And in the next video, I will show you that how you can run the BGP over the IPsec. Means that currently we are running the static routing. In the next video, I will show you that how you can run the BGP protocols. So means that dynamic routing you can run on these interfaces, on the IPsec interfaces. So that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you enjoyed, please hit the like button. Thanks for watching Firewall Experts.